The most dangerous thing in your organization isn't a loud argument in the boardroom. It's not a heated debate over the marketing budget. It's silence. When your best people stop disagreeing with you, your company is already dying. You just haven't seen the red ink on the financial statement yet. If your meetings are frequently quiet, if every proposal you make is met with nodding heads and yes people, you don't have alignment. You have fear. In my 29 years as a CEO, I've learned the hard way that silence is the ultimate lead indicator of a dying culture. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on why your team is lying to you, the negative impact it's costing you, and how to build psychological safety. That's not an HR buzzword, but it's a ruthless competitive advantage that protects your bottom line. Why do people stay silent? It's a survival instinct rooted in the primitive lizard brain. From an evolutionary standpoint, being cast out of the tribe meant death. In a corporate setting, being cast out of the inner circle for dissent feels like professional death. If a leader reacts to bad news with anger, subtle eye rolling, or defensive posturing, the team learns one thing very quickly: the truth is dangerous. Think about the last time a product launch failed or a major policy backfired. I can almost guarantee that there were at least 3 people in that room months ago who knew it was a bad idea. They saw the iceberg. They had the data, but they looked at you. They looked at the culture, and they decided that keeping their job was more important than saving money. That is not an employee problem. That's a leadership problem. When you shoot the messenger, you stop getting messages. Eventually, you're flying a plane with a broken altimeter. You think you're at 30,000 feet, but in reality, you're seconds from impact because nobody felt safe enough to tell you the ground was quickly rising. To fix this, you need structural changes to how to run your meetings and your life. Pillar number 1 is the pre-mortem ritual. Most companies do post-mortems, autopsies of a dead project. That's too late. Before any major launch, hold a pre-mortem. Tell the team, it's 1 year from today, and this project has been a total disaster. We lost millions of dollars. Our competitors are laughing at us. Now, tell me exactly why it happened. This flips the psychology. It gives your team permission to be negative without being unprofessional. It shifts them from being critics to being engineers. You are essentially deputizing them to find the holes in your boat before you leave the dock. Pillar number 2 is actively mining for dissent. In your next meeting, don't ask, does everyone agree? That's a leading question that forces compliance. Instead, ask everyone to find the problems. What am I missing here? Tell me why this plan is going to fail. And when they tell you something that stings, reward them. Thank them publicly. Show the rest of the room that the truth tellers are the most valued people in the company. If you don't hunt for the truth, your team will continue to hide it in the shadows. Pillar number 3 is the vulnerability gap. If you never admit a mistake, your team will never admit theirs. I remember a time in my career where I misread the market so badly, it cost us 6 months of development time. I had 2 choices: blame the market or own the mistake. I went before my team and I said, I got this wrong. My ego got in the way of the data. The air in the room changed instantly. Suddenly, everyone felt they had the safety to admit their own gaps. Authority isn't built on being right. It's built on being real. What's the dollar value of all this? It's the cost of avoidable mistakes. When communication is open, you pivot in weeks, not years. You retain talent because A players hate working in a vacuum of lies. You innovate because people aren't afraid to look dumb. A silent culture is a stagnant culture that eventually gets disrupted by a smaller, faster, more honest competitor. If you don't fix this, you'll continue to make decisions based on filtered, sanitized information that doesn't reflect market reality. Fixing a broken culture is the fastest way to increase your bottom line. It's the highest leverage move you can make as a leader. If you're tired of managing drama, chasing accountability, and carrying the weight of a low-energy team, It's time for a better way. I help leaders and organizations build better teams, healthier cultures, and real momentum. Together, we'll identify where your current structure is falling short and what it will take to move from a stagnant, conflict-filled environment to a high-performing, purpose-driven organization. I'm also a frequent keynote speaker on leadership, teamwork and culture, influence and persuasion, and AI and the future of work. It's time for action. Click the link below, schedule a call, and let's explore how to move your organization forward.